Hello, everybody. How we doing? My name is Rob. Welcome to the weekly Tuesday live stream that I host here every week. Same time. It's been this time anyways for many months. Yeah, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Thumbs up. Yes, I can hear you fine. Anaholics beat me to it. He said it even before I asked. He knows I always ask that. Awesome. Yeah, so how's everybody doing? Did you guys check out the live stream I did yesterday? I did a live stream where I interviewed Raina from Small Retired Life. That was a lot of fun. Fellow Canadian. She's out west in Alberta, and she is someone over 40, over 60, I believe. Just started YouTube in August and already has, I think, 32,000 subscribers last I saw. Which is amazing. And she only has 16 videos. So if anyone's wondering if it can be done, it can absolutely be done. So yeah, that was kind of cool. If you know, I'm not sure. So those of you who don't know, what I'm doing now is on Mondays, I am doing an interview style live stream where I invite on a guest and we do a live stream for just an hour. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. I've done 4 of them in a row now, the last 4 Mondays. And then as soon as that's finished, what I do is I turn that into a video podcast, re-upload it to my channel under a podcast playlist so it gets indexed as a podcast. And I also upload it to Spotify and Apple podcasts so that anybody who wants to just listen to it can do it from there. Not something I had planned to do. Initially, the plan just started out, yeah, I'd like to, bring on some people that I can talk to that you guys might find helpful to hear some success stories. So that's been going well. And I'll say right off the bat, before I get too far into this, next week's is already lined up. And it's Brian G. Johnson is going to be joining me, which is awesome. He's been a YouTuber for many years, and last I checked, I think he's around 160,000 subscribers, and he started back in 2016, 2017. So he's been at it a long time, and he will have all kinds of cool tips and tricks to share with you next week on Monday. Yeah, that's the plan. What else? Beyond that, I'm probably going to be taking a week or 2 off of the Monday live streams. So after next week, I'll probably just be doing 1 live stream a week because the Tuesday following, I think, is Christmas Eve. So I may do that one on Monday instead of Tuesday. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Where's everybody watching from? I'd love to hear. If you have any questions at all for me, feel free to post them in the chat here. And also, if anybody would like to answer those questions before I get a chance to, feel free. What I typically do here is I'll go through the live chat, answer your questions as we go. I have a few other things written down that I'll talk about as well. But before I get too far into it, let's find out who is here. So we have, we've got a question right off the bat. We have a question from Adam Shoup. Hello, Adam. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Adam says, I have a channel about helping men get back into dating in 30s and up. Would it be better to use the name Men's Dating Hub or go with my personal name? I intend to expand into online coaching. That's a good question. Let me just think about that now. Men's Dating Hub. I guess it would depend on how established you are at this point. If you already have quite a large following, then I would just keep the name that you have. But if you're just starting out and maybe don't have a large following yet, you can absolutely change. I mean, you can change it to your name at any time. It's really a preference thing. It's one way won't mean your channel does better than the other way, if that makes sense. The naming of your channel doesn't really matter in terms of videos have to perform on their own anyways, stand alone. So regardless of what your channel name is, your videos have to perform on their own. Having said that, when it comes to naming your channel, that's when your branding comes into play. So if you want your name to be your brand, and you're going to be putting your face in your videos, your face in your thumbnails, then because I see your face here is in your avatar. So if that's the route you're going to go, then maybe it's a good idea to just call it, your name. Yeah, Men's Dating Hub, I mean, that's something that it doesn't matter what your name is, right? So again, it doesn't really matter. It's up to personal preference. If you intend to expand into online coaching, that would probably lean me towards using your name, your full name, as your channel name. But again, it's not, you don't have to 100%. Like for me, for instance, I use Rob the Maritimer. It's not my full real name. It's partially my name, Rob. But I also do some coaching as well. But I'm to the point now where I've got enough subscribers. They know me as Rob the Maritimer, so I'm likely not ever going to change that. Right? So I guess it depends on where you are in your journey. If that helps, I hope. Thanks for the question, though. That's a good question. Megan's Homestead. Hello, Megan. How you doing? Question: would you consider hosting in-person group editing classes in the HRM area? Okay, so for those who don't know, HRM is Halifax Regional Municipality. That's where I live. So I'm assuming, Megan, you're in the HRM area as well. I know I need to use something else. If there was an in-person teaching editing in the area, I would use the same software. So that's not something that's on my immediate radar. Interesting idea, though. But no, as for right now, I'm just doing everything online only. But I will tell you, I do plan on putting out some more video editing specific videos in the near future. Now, whether that be videos on the channel or what I'm in the process of doing, I'm developing the curriculum, I guess is the proper term. The videos that I'm going to be putting together for a future course on video editing, mini courses, if you will, and I'm going to be covering all of the, maybe not all, but a lot of the popular video editing software. So Camtasia will likely be the first one because that's the one I know the best. CapCut I also know fairly well. DaVinci Resolve, iMovie. I'm going to be creating basically these little courses designed to help you get up and running very quickly, no matter which one you use. And there's going to be some paid ones, some free ones. So like CapCut, there's a free version, there's a paid version. Camtasia, there's only a paid version. iMovie is free. DaVinci Resolve is free or paid. So there's all kinds of different ways you can go. So that's what I'm going to be working on, but no plans to do anything in person right now. But who knows? Who knows what 2025 will bring? We're kind of getting into that mode, or I am anyways, of trying to think about how to map out the coming year. I like to plan things and set goals for myself and for the channel. So I'm kind of just starting to get into that. And over the next couple of weeks, I want to have kind of a plan put together. And I may actually, one of the things I've written down in terms of a video to make is to help you guys with that, if that's something you guys would be interested in as well, as to what you should be looking for or what are reasonable goals and things like that. So yeah, look for something like that probably before the new year. Yes, you can hear me fine. Awesome. Barb McGavran. Hello, Barb. Barb, how you doing? Hey, Rob, watching from work, a bit sleepy, up all night with 2 new puppies. Oh, very nice. So I binge watched your videos and rewatched some. Awesome. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Hi, Jason. How you doing? Jason from Moncton. He's relatively close. Barb says Raina was great. Yeah, it was fun. That was fun. Very down to earth. Yeah, she's very inspiring, actually. If anybody needs some inspiration and maybe a little bit of a push to get their own channels going, if that's what you indeed want to do, grow a YouTube channel, Raina's story is very inspiring, so I would check that out. And check out her channel too, to see how she's doing it. She's only got 16 videos, and she's only been at it 3 months and 30,000 subscribers. And I think she said Well, I know she said right in our interview how much money she made as soon as she got monetized, was something like $5,000 or something like that. So that's amazing. It's not the norm to come out of the gates that quickly and do that well right off the bat, but it can be done, and she is proof. Dan, hello Dan, how you doing? Hi Rob, the interview show was fascinating yesterday. Why do you think it worked for her? Oh, well, okay. Why do I think it worked for her? I think her down to earthness, her authenticity plays a huge part of that. It's a huge part of her success. I think she's just being real. She's not trying to be overly flashy or, she as far as I've seen in her videos too, she's not trying to be over the top. And there's some videos out there. Some people will make videos on, oh, you can make $10,000 a month, and within 6 weeks you can be there. And watch my video, and I'll tell you how. It's not that. It's more just real life stuff. How to live a small retired life is the name of her channel. So she just kind of picks topics like day-to-day things. I think one was, here, let's do this. I've got my screen here, so let me share with you my screen. This isn't exactly what I want to show you. I'm going to bring up her channel, and I'm sure she wouldn't mind if I show this. But it is her channel, which is public. So here we go. Wait, now. Go there and bring this down. Okay. So there is her. Here, I'll bring this over here so I'm not really cutting anything off. Okay, so there's her channel. 32.1 thousand subscribers, 17 videos. Okay, she came out with another one. Right here, 1 hour ago. 1 hour ago and 407 views already. A day in my retired life. Okay. Actually, the quickest way, the way I like to look at a video, if I want to try to study how it's doing and whatnot, I'll click on the videos tab, and that'll just show the videos and not necessarily defined playlists that the channel owner may set up for you to see. So if you click on videos, you can see in order. So latest is selected, meaning this is the latest video. That's the second last, third last one, and so on. If you scroll to the bottom, you can see the very first video she made. Okay, and then you can look at, so this one has 23,000 views. It's just her sitting, looks like in her house maybe, in a corner. Not a lot going on in the screen, just white wall behind her. You can see a bit of a plant. Yes, video number 2, 677,000 views. That's right, and she mentioned that one. This was her viral video, 677,000 views. I was laid off at 56 and what I did next. Okay, fascinating title. Probably a lot of people can relate to that. If you're laid off in your 50s and you need to know what to do next to get an income coming in again, this might be a video that's of interest to you. So I can see how that would resonate with a lot of people. So with video number 2 with her, she had a viral video. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the top here. If I click on popular, that'll list them by popularity. So the viral video is ranked number 1, is shown first here. Her second one, 205,000 views 2 months ago. That's still a lot of views. 165,000 views 1 month ago. Okay, so yeah, having a viral video with your second video like that really helped. And she just comes out with 1 video a week, so it's not a super aggressive releasing schedule. So it's something she can handle comfortably. She doesn't get into a lot of tech. I believe, if I recall, she doesn't even have any artificial lighting. She hasn't bought any lights. What does she use as a camera again? I think she had, I can't remember. Oh, the ZV-1, which is not a camera where you can exchange the lenses. It's a vlogging style camera. That's right. With not a lot of bells and whistles on it. The Sony ZV-1, if you're interested, you can look that up, is all she uses. And I believe she uses CapCut as the editing software. and she does pay for the paid version. That I remember her saying. Yeah, so I don't know if I answered your question. It's always a bit of a mystery as to why channels do as well as they do. But for her, I think a big part of it is her being authentic, and she's resonating with a lot of people. She's got a family. Her kids live away from her. She's saving money to go be able to visit them in Australia. That's a part of it that could resonate with some people. I believe she's living single, so that's a part of it could be resonating with people. Yeah, so all kinds of different things, and not every video is about the same thing. So anyways, have a look at that channel, and again, that's what I like to do. Just when you see a channel doing so well, it's cool to kind of try to dive into it and see, okay, what's going on? Like, what was their journey here? How quickly did it happen for them? And how often do they post? What are their videos about and stuff like that? And you can try to get some clues. She's comfortable on camera. She comes across as comfortable on camera. And she said that that's not something that really bothers her anyways. And also what she does is she doesn't, so you know how I've made some videos where I'm talking off the cuff the whole time. I may have a couple of bullet points that I refer to if I need to. And but other than that, I just kind of keep talking. The way she does it is she may have a few bullet points, but she only looks at one at a time. She'll look at a bullet point and she'll talk about that thing for whatever, 5 minutes. Then she will go and set up the camera somewhere else, a totally different scene, and that's where she'll talk about bullet point number 2. So that's kind of the way she does it. So when you do it that way, you don't necessarily need to have the bullet points taped right below your camera and try to like secretly look at the bullet points while you're, going on the fly. So that's her method. So there's more than one method to do this. That's just her way of doing it. And I think it's kind of fascinating to hear the way different people approach it. So, yeah, so that was fun. And good question, Dan. I hope that helped. There is no magic formula that I can just say, oh, this is why it worked for her. This is why it works for somebody else. There's a little bit more involved than that. So Jason, hello, Jason, says, I didn't get to watch Raina yet. I was actually in the forest filming a video while it was live. Awesome. That sounds cool. I hope it went well. Morning Pops Project, how you doing? Good to see you. We sure did. Hi, Peanut. Hello, how you doing? I'm not Peanut. Where'd she go? Is she here? Oh, she's up in her house now. She's behind me, right there. If it takes 50 videos to get monetized on the 51st video, can we go back to the first 50 videos and turn on monetize, or does it start at the 51st video and onward? Thanks. Good question. I don't think anyone's ever asked me that before. But no, the way it works is if you've got 50 videos on your channel and you're not monetized yet, and you get monetized with the 51st video, all of your videos can be monetized. So you can go back and turn monetization on for all of them. Okay? So, I mean, it's on an individual video basis that you can turn monetization on or off. So yeah, I would absolutely go back and turn it on for all of them. And then you can start earning revenue share, your share of the revenue from the ads with all of them. So in my case, for example, I got monetized 3.5 years after I started. At that point, I had one video that had, I think it was around 30,000 views, like in 3 years. But all those views, I never earned anything from them because I wasn't monetized. But as soon as I got monetized, from that point on, I would start earning a share of the revenue. It doesn't go back. Like, they don't pay me for any back ad revenue. Okay, it's from that point on. So from that day, like day number 1 of being monetized, as long as I turned it on for that video, I would earn a share of whatever ads were put on that video for the views that video got in that day, the first day I got monetized, and onward. Okay, so great question though. That was a good question. I'm glad I knew the answer to that one. Mustang 774. Hello from Newfoundland. I've been posting videos since February 2009. I love making videos. I find great info from your videos. Thanks. Awesome. I'm glad you get some help from my videos. That's great. Great to hear. Love it. So you've been at it quite a while. That's awesome. That's awesome. Brian, wow, cool. I've subbed to Brian for years. Yeah, cool. That is cool. And I have too. So yeah, no, I was excited when I heard back from him, and he's excited to be on. So that's going to be awesome. So Brian G. Johnson, for anybody who missed that, he'll be joining me on Monday here at 1 o'clock Eastern for an hour or so. So come with your questions for Brian, and that'll be a good time. Peter from Belgium. Hello, Peter. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Grethy from Denmark. Hi, Rob and Peanut. Hello. How you doing? Good to see you. Jeremy from Alberta. Hello, Jeremy. Good to see you. Eat, drink, ride, repeat. I like that. JKK World Travels. Hello again, Rob. Or hi again, Rob. Kate here in the UK. Hello, Kate. How you doing? Good to see you again. Barb McGavern. Again, been watching you and others a while. Getting confidence. So in my office and lab just now, I hit record and just did it. I recorded an intro, part of what's to be my first video. Here goes. You're off and running to the races. Way to go, Barb. Congratulations. That's awesome. That is awesome. Good luck with it. And have fun with it. Sophia from Portugal. Hello, Sophia. How you doing? Hi, everyone. Got here late and didn't hear our song. I could probably play it again if you want, but... Tech for Senior. Hello, how you doing? Question. For many years, I uploaded my YouTube videos to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Not many people watch the podcast, although I didn't promote it. Do you have a better experience? That's a good question. And quite honestly, I haven't... I've only just started to when I created the podcast, I upload it to Apple and Spotify. Actually, what I do is I upload it into my Kajabi. That's what I use to host my site and the course and the community and all that stuff. And that also allows me to upload and host my podcast. It, in turn, sends it out to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But to answer your question, I didn't set out with the goal of creating a podcast. I know that's a thing that a lot of people do, and it's that could be a cool business in and of itself. I just haven't really looked into all the details that go behind it. I haven't gotten into promoting it. Some people will have, they'll get sponsors and they'll put ads in the beginning and the middle of their podcast. I haven't gotten into any of that. Maybe some of that will come in the future. So I haven't done anything at all to promote it. What I've noticed, I have gotten some views, but not a lot. Like I'm talking 10 or less on each one. But is this something I can show you? Let me just take a quick look here. If I go to products, podcasts, and if I click on that, what can I see from analytics? There we go. Okay, so, sorry, let me share this with you. I will share my screen again, and let's move this one off, and we'll bring this one down. So this is part of my Kajabi, okay? And, again, I'll drag this edge in so you can see it all. That I just clicked on the analytics part. So this is the podcast, and I've had 4 episodes so far. And they were released, I believe, this day. I forget what day was the Monday. That was December 8th. Where are we today? We're the 10th. Download, so 9th? That was yesterday? Anyways, you can kind of see how it's starting to grow. So 8 downloads in one day was the most. There's been 37 total views. So again, not a lot. The main reason I'm putting it out there as a podcast to be listened to is it's just another way that people can connect with me. Okay, so my focus is on YouTube, my YouTube channel, my videos, and this live stream helps find additional, people who are interested in what I have to say. Perhaps get new subscribers by doing these lives, and then also with the podcast. Some people like to consume content in different ways. Some people like to listen to podcasts. I know I do. Sometimes if I go out for a walk or a run, I'll put a podcast on and listen, for an hour, someone just talking to me. I'm not going to be watching a video while I'm walking for an hour, but listening, that's totally cool. That's something I like to do. Other people may as well. So these interview style pieces of content, it starts off as a live stream, and then I post it as a podcast video, and then an audio. So that type of content bodes itself well to an audio only podcast. You can listen and really not miss anything, because I'm never really sharing my screen in a interview style video or podcast. It's all just chat. We're chatting back and forth. And, if you go for a walk or run or whatever, and two people are chatting, you can kind of almost feel like you're part of it, right? And you're listening. So that's the reason I'm doing it right now. Again, some people start podcasts with the sole goal of growing it and it becoming a business, where they're selling ad spots in it and trying to get a lot of viewers. And I think there's even a way to earn money through Apple and Spotify based on the number of views that you get. But I honestly haven't even looked into that. I know nothing about it, so I better not say a whole lot more than that. I might be totally wrong. So that's all I know about that. Tech for Senior. I hope that helps. If I really wanted it to grow, the way I would look at, if you want to grow anything like that, I think being consistent would be a good rule of thumb to follow. Same as posting videos to YouTube. If you want to grow a podcast, I would upload episodes on a consistent basis. Like, try to do it at the same time every week, or if it's a daily thing, you could do it daily. Just whatever your audience starts to get used to, try not to, stop that consistent upload. Now, having said that, I already know I'm going to miss a week, not Monday coming, but the one after that. I don't plan on doing an interview style one until probably the new year, but I'm letting you guys know that now, and it'll be. It's not going to be like all of a sudden I'm ghosting you all and I'm not showing up anywhere, right? I'm sure there may be some people put a comment in one of my videos to say, I missed your podcast last week. Did you not do one? I'll just answer in the comments and keep people engaged that way. Okay, so hopefully that helped answer. My cloud teacher. Hi, Rob. Hello from your new friend. Already taking you up on your advice. Awesome. Good for you. Good luck. Good luck with your channel. Hi, Rob. Desde España. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. I think Spanish is that last word is desde. I don't know. I'm sorry. Hello back, if that's what you said. No problem, Adam. No problem. Hopefully that helped. Chad on the road. A little late to the party. That's all right. That's all right. Better late than never. Oh, now we've got a Spanish conversation going here. Or maybe it's Portuguese. I can't participate in that. I'm sorry. Megan says, thanks. I'm using CapCut but need an upgrade. I have some multicam videos that I want to publish. Okay, cool. You might still be able to do that with CapCut. Well, I know you can. I don't know exactly what the limitations are with CapCut, the free version. So I don't know if you have the free version or not, but you should be able to have multiple cameras. You just bring them all in together, sync them up by the audio, and then decide which ones to display as you go through your video. That's editing in a nutshell. Biz274. Morning, Rob. Morning, Biz. How you doing? Watching from South Auckland, New Zealand. Kia ora. Hello. I don't know what that means either. Is that New Zealand slang? Kia ora? I used to drive a Kia, but I don't think that's what you're referring to. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Still Norway. I know that flag. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Here's a question. I've noticed that many YouTube channels aimed at helping beginner creators encourage viewers to post in the comments or during live streams, asking others to subscribe to each other's channels. Okay, there's a part 2 here. Do you think this is an effective way to gain subscribers? If so, have you considered doing this on your own posts and live streams? So I'm going to click on the other one so people can see what your comment was. No. I don't think that's effective, and I'll tell you why. So the only subscribers that you want on your channel are people who truly want to watch your videos, okay? It does not help if you go find somebody else and say, hey, if I subscribe to you, will you subscribe to me? Because that's almost, sure, your subscriber count will go up one, but it's not, you can't look at that subscriber as a true subscriber. And the reason is they may or may not be interested in your content. And so the same thing applies for if you, I don't even know if this is something that, I know it's something that people have done. I think it's a little bit shady myself, but like buying subscribers or paying somebody to increase your subscriber count fast. Not a good idea. It's a waste of money. And even if you do get subscribers, you'll probably notice that they'll fall off fairly quickly after they join. But even that, regardless, what you want is you want to get subscribers based on YouTube putting your video out in front of the right people, right? So that would mean you would get subscribers organically. Okay, that would be somebody who truly does like your video and truly does want to subscribe because they want to see more of your videos. That type of subscriber is a subscriber that's going to watch more of your videos, and they're going to watch your videos for longer, perhaps all the way through. Now, the reason why you just want those subscribers that find you through YouTube's algorithm, right, is because when you post a video, every time you post a video, YouTube is going to take that and go off and try to find your audience for you. Okay, this is the way I look at it. They're gonna put that video. Well, okay, back up a little bit. If you have a couple of subscribers already, or even 5, 10, 100, 1,000, whatever, whatever number of subscribers you have when you post a video, the first thing YouTube's going to do is they're gonna take your video, and it's going to be your subscribers that are going to be exposed to this new video first. Okay. Now, maybe not all the subscribers right off the bat, because there's millions of videos uploaded to YouTube all the time. They can't put your video in front of everybody every single time. Excuse me. Even if it is just your subscribers, but your video will slowly get shown to all of your subscribers. Okay, and then it's up to your subscribers. Do they click on your thumbnail to watch your video, or don't they? If they do, how long do they watch your video for? Is it a long time, or do they leave right away? Okay. Based on how your existing subscribers act based on how they respond to your new video, YouTube will either think, okay, yeah, they really like this video, or no, they don't. If your typical subscribers really do like their video, like if they're clicking on the thumbnail and title more often than previous, or if they're watching more of your video than normal, then YouTube will basically say, oh, this might be a good video. So I think I'm going to put this in front of some more people that may not even be your subscribers, but perhaps they're similar to your subscribers in some way. Okay, what YouTube is trying to do is they're trying to figure out who your audience is. They're trying to figure out who you're trying to reach. They may not know right off the bat. They're going to take some clues from you based on who's watching your video, and how long they're watching it for. And based on those results, they will decide whether or not to push it out to even more people. Then they're going to analyze their response. Okay, this went out to X number of non-subscribers, but oh look, a lot of them clicked on this more than even their subscribers. The click-through rate is even higher, and perhaps they're watching it for even longer. this is good news. Let's try this on a bunch of other people. Okay, so, but if nobody does watch the video or click on it, then they'll say, okay, obviously we were wrong. This is not the type of viewer that this video is for. And they put that in their memory banks, basically, until you post another video, and then they'll try that again. But now, every time you post a video, YouTube has more data on you. And as long as you keep posting videos that are in the same niche, or roughly the same niche, or put a better way, as long as you keep posting videos that are intended for the same type of people, okay, the same audience, then YouTube will be better at finding those people for you, okay? That's why it's important to kind of figure out what your niche is. If you don't, if you're kind of all over the place in your topics, then, if you post video A and it's well received by your subscribers, then you post video B and your subscribers don't like it, well, then that video is not likely going to be pushed out to additional people, right? But if they do find that, oh yeah, no, here's the audience for this video B, then they'll try more people that like that one. Okay, so anyways, long-winded answer. The point of all this is that the more YouTube can organically figure out who your audience is, the better. If you send them people that didn't find your video organically, like whether you bought a subscriber or made a deal to sub for sub kind of thing, those people are likely gonna what's the word I'm looking for? Negatively impact your stats. So the click-through rate your click-through rate for that video, for your next video, will be lower, because this new subscriber, they're not really interested in that anyways. That's not why they subscribe. They subscribe because you asked them to. Or they may not, may only watch, 10 seconds of your video. So your retention numbers will be, on average, they'll be lower because of these subscribers that did not find you organically. How was that? This is, now again, I don't work for YouTube. This is just kind of based on all the other videos that I've seen and what I've noticed myself. This is the way I believe that this whole thing works. And I've noticed it in my own video posting. If a video performs overly well with my subscribers, then it starts getting pushed out to non-subscribers, potential new subscribers, okay? And it's because of that I typically don't even ask people to subscribe to my videos. I mean, I have, and when I started out, I did all the time. I just thought that's what you do. Please like and subscribe this video, right? That's what everybody said. But more and more, my thinking now is that, well, in 2024, people, I think, now know that if they want to see more videos from somebody, they're going to click subscribe. They don't have to be reminded or told to do that. And as far as liking the video, same thing. I think people are starting to understand that, yeah, if they like a video, that in a very small little piece does help that video. The more likes it gets, I think more accurately the way it works is the more likes it gets when compared to your other videos, right? The more it might get pushed out. And same goes with comments. The more comments a video gets, the algorithm likes that. That's just more data telling YouTube that this is a good video. People are responding well to this video. Take that information and do what you do with it. Whether that means push it out to more subscribers or more non-subscribers, people that you think are the same or whatever. So anyways, that was a long-winded answer. I'm sorry, but I hope that helped. I'm going to take a quick drink and then I'll move on. I'm toying with the idea of giving up those energy drinks in the new year. What do you think? I'm a little bit scared because they're my coffee. I don't like coffee, so they are my caffeine. Sugar-free, but if there's not sugar making it taste sweet, it's something else, and it's probably not good for you either. But I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think about New Year's resolutions in general? Do you think they're a good idea? I don't know. So I usually do something, but anyways, that was a bit of a squirrel. Here's another question. Ricardo, how you doing, Ricardo? You talk with Raina about the over 40 videos and how they may be a trend that may pass. Yes, that's right, we did. Do you think it will? How would you approach it? That's a good question. And that was an observation that Raina made. And I thought, yeah, like I hadn't even really thought of that, but she's probably right. I feel like the whole over 40 thing was a trend that started this past summer or late last spring. Because more and more, now it's hard to say, but I feel like more and more of those types of videos were out there this past summer and right up until now. But maybe that trend will die off. It's hard to say whether or not there are more and more videos like that, and I'll tell you why. Once you watch a video like that, then YouTube is going to put other videos like that in front of you to potentially watch, right? Because again, YouTube has noticed, oh, you like this type of video? All right, when you're done, here's another one you might like. And now all of a sudden, you go through several videos like that, maybe subscribe to one of those creators or not, and then maybe get more videos from them that may be along the same lines. All of a sudden now a good percentage of the videos that are being recommended to you are along that niche, the over 40 niche. So I don't know, is it because there are more of those videos out there anyways, or is it because you've started watching those videos and now YouTube is showing you more and more of them? It's a little bit of the chicken and the egg thing, right? It's probably a little bit of both is what I think. But as far as trends, I believe that yes, trends are certainly a thing, and you can ride a trend wave. I do feel a little bit like my viral video from July rode that wave a bit, and that's why it got so many views. It's still getting a lot of views, but it started with that one. But then I also feel like because that video did so well, the next 10 or so videos that I post may have a harder time doing well because it's being compared with that viral video, right? And unless it outperforms that, it might not do as well, if that makes sense. So do I think it will pass? In this case, I want to say no. I don't think it will pass. It may not be as trendy as it is right now, because now it's kind of a new thing, perhaps. But it might be an ongoing thing only because everybody's getting older. We're all getting older. And those who are 35 now are going to be over 40 in 5 years, right? So it'll be a new thing to them. So you're always going to have a fresh new crop of people coming into the over 40 demographic. And I suppose a crop of people falling off the other end of it. But we don't have to talk about that. So yeah, there's, and I mean, it's life, right? Like anybody who's in their 20s now, and I've been thinking, this is probably going to be a future video of mine as well. And I don't know what it's going to be called, something along the lines of aging and the way we think as we age. Like when you're in your teens and 20s, you're invincible, right? You don't think anything can hurt you unless you have some health issues or a disease or something like that. You typically don't think of the end of life and what to do in retirement and when you're over 40, over 50, whatever. But as you age, the things you think about start to change. Some people are okay with that. Some people really don't like that. They don't like the whole aging thing. It's a sad thing for them. Other people are, hey, this is great. Like when I was younger, I would have loved to make it to this age, right? But now that I'm here and I can't do what I did in my 20s, it's not so great. I don't know. There's just a lot of thoughts bouncing around in my head, and I know there's a video there somewhere. But anyways, I think I got off topic. How would I approach it if that is a trend that does pass? Well, the way I would answer that is I don't think I would change anything because I'm not just making videos to try to capitalize on that trend. I make videos based on what my audience wants next or what I think they want next. And I get my input from comments that I receive in my videos, comments that I receive in these live streams, questions that I get. I get emails sometimes from people, or there's a question form that people can fill out on my website that people will ask questions. I do coaching, one-on-one coaching calls that I get I get ideas from my clients that way. So there's a never-ending supply of ideas that come to me, and then I kind of look at my channel. What have I made recently? And then I'll think, okay, well, what do I think they want to hear from me next? And that's what I make my video on. So I think naturally I may stop making videos that say, hey, if you're over 40, you should make a video, get into YouTube, because that, I already have a video on that. So I don't know if I'm making much sense, but I guess I don't plan that far ahead in terms of what trend do I want to jump on. It's more organic than that. I take my cues from my viewers and the audience and my clients, and just my own thoughts. Like, I went out for a walk this morning for an hour, and I just started to think about, the last video I made, and I've got a list here of videos to make, and I actually have a mini schedule for the next few weeks as to what I think I'm going to make. But then as soon as I create a schedule so it's like for the next, so I just did something like this. I did a little, I don't know if there's too much of a glare, but basically to release a video Wednesdays and Fridays for the next few weeks. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the next 3 weeks, I've got 6 topics for my next 6 videos. After my hour-long walk today, I've come up with an idea for a video that I think, I should do that now. It's kind of fresh, so it's probably one that I would do either the next video or the one after that. So already my schedule is out of whack, right? So that's what happens. So that's the way I approach what videos to make next, and not so much looking for trends to try to jump on, if that makes sense. So I hope that helped, Ricardo. Renegade's Garage, the Sony ZV-1 is the camera I use. Okay, great. That's the camera Raina uses. So there you go. You're in good company. It's a fairly lightweight, and I think it's billed as a vlogging style camera. You can just kind of hold it and go for a walk fairly easily if you want to with something like that. Peter uses the Osmo Pocket 3. Another good choice. I've never used that, but it's also, I believe, quite lightweight, probably even lighter than the ZV-1, so easy to hold and walk with. JKK World says, people have bought into her like we have with you. You could make a cooking or travel video. I'd watch for sure. Well, that would be funny, me making a cooking video. I'm not sure what I'd make. I'd probably heat up pizza in a microwave or something. Not much of a cook, I'm not. But that is a good point. Like, people do get attached to not only the content, but the person delivering the content. And if they like their style of delivering the content, they may. And if they resonate with that person, like if there's a lot of things in common, like age, interests and whatnot, then you're more apt to want to listen to, what does this person have to say next? I want to hear. Good point. Good point. Keith says, camera presence is something I'm still struggling with. I mentioned the acting classes offered locally yesterday. I'm going to try it. Okay, I think I remember this. Acting classes. Yeah, great. I think that's a good idea, especially if people are not comfortable talking to a camera. You could probably learn a lot from acting. Just some things I try to think about. Because it is, a couple things here. Like, number one, and this is not to say I don't think this is a good idea, but if you can be authentically you talking to a camera, meaning you don't have to act, you don't have to try to be somebody else, I think it's easier, right? As soon as you try to act like somebody else or act like the person you want to look and sound like on camera, then it becomes harder unless you're a really good actor. That's the way I look at that. I'm not an actor at all. I just try to be myself. Now, when I'm doing these live streams and making videos, I try to talk a little louder than I normally do. Like every once in a while when I'm talking here, I feel like I'm yelling because I don't normally talk that loud. But I don't know. If I get excited about what I'm talking about and I want to make sure you guys can hear me, my voice goes up. But the more videos you make and the more you watch yourself back, you'll start to notice things like, well, you know what? I didn't, and I don't know what the word is, but like your voice. Like if you talk monotone like this, then people might not be interested in you. Whereas if you talk more like this and go up and down with your tone a little bit more, I don't even know if tone's the right word, but things like that, that might be more up acting alley, right? You may learn that from acting. It's kind of something I picked up just by watching other videos. You can tell who you like to hear and listen to, or watch and listen to, versus who bores you, right? And then just try not to be that boring person, and try to put more inflections in your voice and be more animated with your hands, which I try to do sometimes. Anything to make it more interesting, I guess. And I think acting would help. If somebody has a hard time really expressing themselves on camera, I think that's a great idea, Keith. Good luck with it and have fun. Peter says being authentic is key. I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. But I also think that taking acting classes might help you with that. As long as you can, again, I often talk about my first videos. If you go back and look at the first video I ever made, actually I think it's video number 3, the first one I made intended for YouTube, I was acting. I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. I was trying to be Nick Nimmin is who I was trying to be. I at that time, 4 years ago, I was watching his lives all the time and his videos, and I just loved the way he approached the camera, and that's what I was trying to be. I was trying to be a little bit funny. I was very scripted, but it took me a long time to edit that video. And if I look at it now, I cringe when I see it. But that was me trying to be somebody else. So I think it definitely adds value. People can pick up on that. I think it is definitely good if you can somehow be yourself, but still, take some lessons on acting and in how to make yourself come across more interesting, I guess. Good way to put it. Sophia says, is there a video or channel that you saw and thought would never work, but it did? Was it an over 40 video channel? That's a good question. I don't know. And I don't think I would know, because if I saw a channel I didn't think it would work, it's probably not a channel I would have subscribed to. so I probably never went back, and if it didn't work, there's no new videos coming out, so I would never see another video anyway. So no, I don't think I've never really looked at a channel and thought that's not going to work. I'm going to write that down and check back on that channel later to see if it worked or not. I've never really done that, so I can't really answer that. I don't know. It's an interesting question though. Keith says, I'm always authentic. It's more a nervous anxiety thing. Okay, yeah. Some tips for calming the nerves and getting control of anxiety that I've found that help me. Deep breaths is one. That's the big one. And you might have just noticed my tone of my voice. I'm not yelling as much anymore. My voice is a little calmer, because I was starting to get amped up a little bit. But a deep breath every once in a while. Calm. Take a drink of water. That's not water, but it's all, actually that is a good tip, to have water nearby if you are making a video. It helps. It helps with your vocal cords. Might give you a break too, but yeah, no, just some breathing exercises, just some things I've learned just by running, right? Getting control of your breathing when you're, to allow you to run for a long period of time is important. So things like breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, like deep breaths to calm yourself down, is a good exercise, and that might help. So if you can do that a bunch of times, then make a video talking to the camera just for 5 minutes, film yourself, watch it back, and say to yourself, okay, did I look anxious there? If I did, let's try to do this again. And I'll take another breath. I'll try to be a little calmer, but maybe I am still being expressive with my face, right? The eyebrows, the hands, and maybe the voice can still go up and down, right? Up and down, but I'm not getting too excited. I don't know. Just I'm having fun now. But yeah, that's it's you're not alone with that, being nervous and anxious, even if you're the only person in the room. But talking to a camera for whatever reason, it gets people nervous, myself included. I feel like I've mostly gotten over that, but I dealt with it for a long time. What is need? So Peter says no need for that. I believe you're referring to acting classes. Just press record. Yep, you can absolutely just press record and do it that way. But acting classes could be fun too, right? And you could learn some things that I'm sure you would pick up some tricks and learn some things that you could port over to talking to a camera and making videos. Mark Foster. Hello, Mark. How you doing? Over 40 beginner YouTuber here. Looking forward to some great encouragement and content. Thanks for the live streams. No problem. I hope they help. That's the whole point of this. 50 plus life. Let's keep on pushing on. We will be there someday. Great outlook. Absolutely. Dan says, I follow a guy who is 30 years a Hollywood editor and actor. His videos on video production are Hollywood fun. Yet this creator only has 2,000 followers. I will ask him to join our group. Okay, cool. Very good. I wasn't sure where you were going with that. I don't filter my questions before I actually start reading them, so I don't know where they're going to go. Jack Plane Spotting. Hello, Jack. How you doing? Ready for a crazy question. Why do we have to be flashy? Why do we have to have flashy thumbnails? Why can't viewers trust us and click on our videos? That's a good question, and I think that's something that has evolved in time. You have to remember the goal of the thumbnail. The goal of your thumbnail and your title together are to get people to click, okay? Now, it can't be just that. Like, if people click, then when they start watching your video, you have to fulfill the promise that you made in the thumbnail and title. Otherwise, people won't watch it and they'll click away. Now your retention goes through the floor, like it's bad. Your retention graph would not be good, even if your click-through rate is good. So the goal of the thumbnail is to get people to click to watch your video. Some people think, and I believe in the past this was the way it worked best, to have a flashy thumbnail, and that got more people to click. But I'm finding more and more people just like simple. My thumbnails have evolved over time. When I was making Camtasia how-to tutorial videos, I always put the Camtasia logo on the thumbnail, so you'd see that somewhere. So that way, that would be a visual clue to somebody looking for help with Camtasia. Oh, maybe this will help, if they see that. I also made sure to always put my face in my videos because I knew at some point I wanted basically to be my brand. I didn't think I was going to be making Camtasia tutorials forever. At some point, I was going to morph into talking on camera like this about whatever it is people need help with, and I didn't know exactly where my channel was going to go. I just knew that I wanted my face to be part of my brand, and therefore I'm going to put my face in my thumbnail all the time. I'm going to every thumbnail of mine. I think there was one that I didn't put my face in there, three. What do I have? I got 200 and some videos. So all but one have my face in them. So it's a branding thing. Flashy. I don't believe they have to be flashy. I think whatever people get used to, it depends on what stage you're at. If you're already an established brand and people know you and you have a bunch of subscribers and you're getting views, then it's probably more, the best thing to do is probably to keep your thumbnails, what's the word I'm looking for? Familiar, okay? So for me, if my face is there, that's familiarity. At this point, people know me from my videos and my thumbnails. So if my face is there, that's something they're used to seeing. maybe your color scheme is always the same, right? Mine typically isn't. I try to use the same type of text, but my backgrounds are different depending on where I'm making the video. For me, what's the same is me, right? So I guess it depends on what your branding strategy is. If you're making how-to videos, then maybe you want all of your thumbnails to be purple with white text, and maybe the logo of whatever software you're making tutorials for. And if that's the case, then stick with that, and people will come to recognize that. Okay? But the reality is, when people are looking at YouTube and deciding what to click on next, they have to basically quickly scan, and then they'll click on something. So because your thumbnail will likely only get a couple of seconds of airtime with your potential viewer, you want to get your message across quick. So that usually means very few words of text on your thumbnail. I wouldn't put sentences and sentences of stuff there. People won't read that. They won't click it. I would put your face there, maybe 1 or 2 words of text, maybe not. You don't necessarily need text. And then the title. If you're going to put text in your thumbnail, I would suggest it be different than your title, but maybe it completes the sentence of your title, or maybe a short answer of what the title, if the title is a question. They should work well together. But I don't think they have to be flashy. I really don't. It just has to be, you just have to get the click somehow. Some people try that with flash. Some other people try it with, highly contrasting text, like white text on a black background. That very contrasty, easy to see. Large text. Okay, so, but why can't viewers trust us and click on our videos? Because they have choice. Basically, they have, I don't know, depending on how big their browser is, maybe they'd be looking at 16 thumbnails, and they have to choose which one they're going to click. They're going to click on one. Okay, so you got a 1/16th chance of getting clicked right off the bat. So I don't know. Is it the flashiest thumbnail that's going to get the click, or is it a familiar thumbnail that's going to get the click? Right? Sometimes it's A, sometimes it's B. Who knows? But if you're just kind of blending in there and there's nothing special about your thumbnail or recognizable, then the chances of you getting that click are lower, and that's why it takes usually some people some time to get going. But a lot of times you just need a good photo as your thumbnail. You don't even need text. But anyway, so that's a long-winded answer, but hopefully that helps. Question from Anaholics. I don't want mid-roll ads on my first couple of videos because then I will not be monetized anyway. That is the reason I make the videos slightly shorter than 8 minutes. Does that work? I believe it does, because I think in order to have mid-roll ads, your videos need to be longer than 8 minutes, right? If it's shorter than 8 minutes, then there can only be ads at the beginning. If they're shorter than 8 minutes, there shouldn't be any mid-roll ads. Absolutely. I don't think I would force myself to make a video shorter than 8 minutes just for that reason, unless I guess it depends on what your videos are about. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, if you need more than 8 minutes to get your point across, I would do that. I wouldn't necessarily worry too much about that. You're not talking. I guess it depends on what the reason is too. What is the reason you don't want a mid-roll ad in your videos? If it's something that absolutely can't be interrupted, like maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's like lo-fi music or something, like a music channel. You don't want an ad to show up in a music channel. Maybe that might be a good reason. But then again, if it's a music channel, you're probably going to have longer than 8-minute videos. So I'm not sure. But yeah, you're right in that once a video is longer than 8 minutes, then mid-roll ads could be in there. Once you're monetized, you have control. I mean, you could say, no, I don't want mid-roll ads at all. Doesn't matter how long my videos are. I don't want any mid-roll ads. You can turn those off and only have ads at the beginning when you're monetized. But before you're monetized, you have no control over that. YouTube will put ads in wherever they want. But I believe, in videos that are shorter than 8 minutes, they won't be putting mid-roll ads in anyways. I'm 90% sure of that. Okay. I'm 100% sure that once you're monetized, if your video is shorter than 8 minutes, you can't put mid-roll ads in. So because of that, I believe that's the case with before you're monetized as well. Hello on the trail. How you doing? Sound gear Tink. I have the thumbnail thing is completely. I think the thumbnail thing is completely necessary. I know myself. I won't click on something that doesn't catch my eye or attention in the title. It's just part of the game. Yep, it is just part of the game. Something in the title or the thumbnail has to basically catch your eye or entice you to click to see what it's all about. That's how you get people to watch your videos. There's no other way. You can't have a video just kind of start automatically. People have to actively click to want to watch your video. So, good point. But how about a little trust? Well, think of potential viewers as complete strangers. Why would they trust you, right? Once they're subscribers, then you can start talking about trust a little bit more. But if you're a total stranger to people, then yeah, they wouldn't know. Like, they're not just going to randomly click on all the videos that are presented to them right off the bat. I will click on creators that I know, but attracting new people is part of growth. Yep, good point. Good point. One Mashed Life. Hello, how you doing? Hi from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. As difficult as it is to imagine, could YouTube go away? I guess archiving all your videos on a hard drive is the way to go. I haven't thought much about that. I keep copies of everything anyways. I can't imagine YouTube going away. It's almost too big to fail unless, for whatever reason, I don't know, the civilization collapses and we don't have electricity anymore. Or the internet. Without the internet, there's no YouTube. But as long as the internet sticks around, I don't know why YouTube would go away. One thing I have thought of is that at some point, it being a US company and it being owned by Google, like, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, behind only Google. And it just so happens that Google owns YouTube as well, right? So that's something crazy to think about. YouTube, being a video hosting platform, has actually become the second largest search engine in the world. That's amazing to think about. So my only point is, historically, if companies get too big and if the U.S. government decides that it's a monopoly and they are unfairly keeping competitors out of the marketplace, they have been known to split up companies. Okay, I'm thinking back to, well, I'm Canadian, so I don't know the whole history, but I believe that happened in the telecom industry decades ago, where there was one large phone company and the government split it up into smaller companies, Baby Bells, I think they were called. Or maybe that was a Canadian thing. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, if companies get too big and there's no more competition, the government may say, no, you've got to split up. So maybe YouTube gets separated from Google at some point in the future. And then who knows what would happen from that. But that would be the only thing that would be major. If that, I don't know how that would affect creators. I would think, YouTube has a pretty good thing going. They make a lot of money in ad revenue. And they make that because of the creators. They rely on the creators to make content. If they started paying the creators less, they would be getting less content in which they can sell ads. So it's in their own best interest to keep creators happy and keep them creating, right? So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. For what it's worth. Keith says, do you have a rule you use for video length? I know a lot depends on the content of a given video and topic. Absolutely right. 1 second. I'm not used to talking so much. This 2 days a week I talk this much, and it's my 2 live streams. So my throat gets dry. So let me first say that there are short videos that do really well, and there have been long videos that do really well. So in that respect, it doesn't matter. But I guess I like to think of, well, there's the one thing that Anaholics mentioned. If you want to be able to put mid-roll ads in your videos, then make sure they're longer than 8 minutes. So there's that. I don't usually, I mean, my videos are usually longer than that anyways. I'm just usually, it takes me longer to say what I want to say, usually. I have some that are shorter than that, and some that are doing quite well that are shorter than that. Usually they're how-to videos. Like, my simple answer is your video should be exactly how long it needs to be to say what you want to say, and no longer. Don't try to extend your video just for the sake of extending your video, because your viewers will notice that and they'll get bored and they'll click away anyways. They won't stick around for the finish. So there's that. The other thing is, if you try to make a video intentionally shorter by either speaking faster or zipping through what you want to do, faster, you may lose people by doing that too, right? Part of, now I'm going to talk about my channel a little bit as well. It just helps relate. Part of the reason I think my channel has gotten as many views as it has, and some of my videos have done as well as they have, is because I don't talk that. I shouldn't say it's because I don't talk that fast. Because it usually takes me a long time to say what I want to say, and I'm not a speed talker. I use a lot of ums and ahs. Because of all that, the people who subscribe to me are the people who are okay with that. And perhaps they're the people who prefer that than somebody who delivers a message super fast, right? If somebody would, it might take me 25 minutes to say something that somebody else might say in 15. Okay, so yeah, maybe they can make a video faster, but maybe there's an audience for people who just slow things down a bit and take their time explaining something like I do. And I don't do it intentionally. That's just the way I talk, I'm being me. I'm being authentic. I'm not trying to act like a speed talker, and I'm not trying to act like a slow talker either. This is just what I am. So YouTube will naturally organically find the right audience for you based on the way you talk. So the people who subscribe to me are okay with the way I talk. I'm not trying to be fast or slow. I've already said that. So because of that, do I have a rule for video length? Having said all that, in my mind, I feel like 15 minutes is a nice number for a video. And that's partially based on what I myself will watch, and also partially based on the results I've seen from my videos. Now, the video of mine that has done the absolute best, the over 40 video from early July, I think that was 25 minutes long. Okay? To me, that's a little on the long side. But who am I to argue with the results? The results are that I think it's up over 470,000 views now. So that's by far better than anything else I've made. In my mind, I was trying for around 15 minutes. It just so happens that when I finally hit stop and then loaded it into the computer, I'm starting to yell again. So I'm just calm down. The reality is that once I started editing it and I put it all together, it was 25 minutes long. So it's like, oh crap, okay, that's longer than I wanted it to be. Maybe it won't do quite as well as I thought it would do. In my mind, I thought it was going to be a good video because it was a little different than my other ones. But again, the results speak for themselves. People loved it. A lot of people loved it. Now, my second best video, if I were to go look at it quickly, I'm just going to pull up my channel here, and why don't I share it with you? Might as well. So here's my channel. If I go latest, so if I click on popular, so this ranks them in order. So there's the over 40 video. It says, 453,000 views. My next one, 78,000 views. That was only 2 months ago. And if I don't hover over it, we can see it was 17 minutes long, so a little shorter. And then there was a 9-minute video from 3 years ago. So that's the one that was at 30,000 views before I was even monetized. This one here. And then this one is from only 2 months ago as well. It's only 16 minutes. I thought that was shorter than that. The one I wanted to show you was this one here, the chapters one. It's done quite well. I did that one back in April. and it's got 17,000 views, but its view count is kind of it's still going up. Like the rate it's increasing is still going up. Same with this one here, because they're search-based videos. But my point with this one is that it's less than 5 minutes long. It's 4:42 long, but it's got a lot of views. Okay, so now I also have some that if I keep going down further, this one here for the longest time was last spring was one of my better performing videos. 13,000 views now, but it's over 30 minutes long, 33 minutes long. I've also had them up to an hour long because I needed that much time to explain what I wanted to explain. That's why. So no, I don't feel like there is a hard, fast rule for video length. It really does depend on the content. But if you start trying to stretch a video out and have it be longer just because you want it longer, people will notice that and they'll click away, and it just won't end up performing as well as it could have otherwise. So I hope that helps, Keith. Let me see another question here. How are we doing for time? We are 3:18. We're almost an hour and a half into this. Wow. Okay, I'll try to speed up the questions here. No, there we go. Yeah, we do not want ghost subscribers. Absolutely. And Jason agreed as well. It's not effective if they don't engage and watch. It's pointless number. Sub for sub is horrible and usually won't benefit you and will quite often hurt you or hurt your channel. Would love to see a video on SEO. Good. Yeah, no, that should be something that I do, and I have not. I have not done a video on SEO. Maribel, hola desde America. Hello from America. Hello, how you doing? Most channels have only, Real Mo Flow. How you doing? Good to see you. Most channels have only 10 to 20% of their subs actually watch their content, no matter what your sub count is. So increasing your sub count, even in an artificial way, can help the overall goal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree that increasing it artificially will help. I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one. But I do agree that typically 10 to 20% of subs actually watch video. Yeah, not everybody watches. Typically for me, if I put out a video now and I'm at close to 30,000 subs, after about a week, I could have anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 views on average. So nowhere near the total number of subscribers, absolutely. Some of my subscribers subscribed 3 years ago, and they may be, off doing something totally different. They're not interested in YouTube or video editing at all anymore, but they just haven't unsubscribed. So there's that as well. Let's see. Renegade's Garage says, I need to get my views up somehow. So to get your views up, just try something new. So I guess it depends on how far along your channel is. All I can really suggest is dig into your analytics for the videos that you've posted and try to figure out, which ones are getting, look at your thumbnails and basically your click-through rate stats. Are you getting clicks? What is your click-through rate? Is it less than 5%? If it's less than 5%, then maybe you can try to improve your thumbnails and titles. Okay? And you can go back. You can go for thumbnails and titles. You can change those later on, like years later if you want. So you can go back and update all of your thumbnails and titles and see if that helps. If ever you do that, I would suggest kind of logging that you've done that, like write down somewhere, okay, with this video, this is what the title was, and on this date, it's now this, and see if your click-through rate changes from that date forward. You can do that in YouTube Studio. But yeah, I'd try that. See if that gets people to click more. That's the number of views. So that would help you get your views up. Now, to help YouTube put your video out in front of more and more people to get to potentially get your views up that way, then we're talking about retention. click-through rate as well as the retention. You want people to be watching your videos for longer. And for that, you want to dig into your retention graph and, try to figure out where people are dropping off. How much of the video are they watching? Is there a point at which, a bunch of people leave? If so, look at the video and figure out what you were doing at that point in the video. That's something that they don't want to see if that's when everybody left. And then learn from that with your next video. So anyway, just some thoughts that might help you. Mountain Finance late again. That's okay. You can always watch the replay. Peter says, I'm finally homing in on my niche after being on YouTube for a month. 5 times more views. Awesome. Good job. Good job. Of course, you got channels with 8 million subs, but views be trying to hover around 1 million, and a majority of that is the random person watching. Yeah, 8 million subs. I think most people in here are a long way from that. I certainly am. Hello, Daphne. How you doing? Adding clips of music to your video. Do you overlap or stack under the video, CapCut, your video voice, and then melt together? It goes away. I have start over. Thanks. So when I add music, I do typically put it underneath, like on a separate track, and then you can adjust the volume of the music so that you don't lose the volume of your voice if you have music on in the background while you're speaking. I don't mix them together on the same track. No, I keep them separate. And that would be, I don't actually use CapCut as much, but that would be the same no matter what editing software you use. But yeah, so I guess another thing you might be talking about, if you're talking and then you're going to stop talking for a bit and then have music pick up, what I would typically do is ramp down the audio of the voice. You'd keep it the same, and then it's just going to stop, and then have the music start to ramp up in volume, and then be at a higher volume once you stop speaking, kind of thing. I often, like at the end of my videos, I will typically have music start to play, and I usually have that music start to play, with a few seconds left in the video, and then by the time once I stop talking, then I ramp the audio of that, or the volume of the audio of the music up at that point. So I may have the music playing at 10% volume while I'm speaking, and then when I stop speaking, I'll bring it up to whatever, 50% or 100%, whatever sounds, the same volume as what it was when I was speaking, if that makes sense. Stop talking for 10 seconds and get your breath. Whew, thanks for the reminder. Okay, let's see. Authenticity is the social currency of this platform. Yes, that's a good way to put it. Did I say that before? It sounds good. Keith found this channel when YouTube suggested the over 40 video to me. Very good. I think we're to the point now where around half of my subscribers, maybe not quite half. At one point it was more than half, but I think at this point it's half of my subscribers came in through that one video. And actually you can see that. You can see that if you're interested in knowing how to do that, I will share this with you. Again, I'll pull this over, so not much here. We can get rid of this. Got too many tabs open. But yeah, okay, so here's my channel. Here's my YouTube studio. And if you go to, let me think what I'm trying to do. If I go to content, no, I want to go to analytics. Here's the total number of subscribers. And if you, what am I trying to look at here? If I click on subscribers, if I click on see more, I never really know. Yeah, you can see here. So these are all the videos. Here's the number of subscribers. So in this period, so in the last 28 days, I've received this many subscribers, and you can go by video, and it's with this arrow, you can see that this whole table is sorted by subscribers descending. So this video here, YouTube is in easy mode, has brought in the most subscribers in the last 30 days or last 28 days. The over 40 video is this one right here. So it's not my best video in the last month anymore. And if you want to go all time, you come up here and change the date to lifetime. There we go. So now we can see there's the spike. So yeah, I started my channel actually in April, but it was January. Here's where I posted the first video. And you can start to see some activity here, but then boom, that was the viral video. And then boom, here's that one that's doing well now. It's probably the best performing one now. Anyways, hard to see that. If we look here, sorted by subscribers, 29,000 is what I'm at now, or what I was at the end of yesterday. And that viral video from July is responsible for 13,585 of my total subscribers. Okay, so yeah, almost half. And then 2,500 from a video that I posted, and you can hover over it and see the date, October 9th. So just a couple months ago. That's the one that's doing well now, and so on. So yeah, that's a good thing to have a look at, and then go to that video and see, you know, why. Try to figure out why it's doing so well and try to double down on that. You can see the click-through rates here. So these two videos, the click-through rate is over 5%. So that's a clue right there as to, you know, these ones here are down under 5%. Here's one that's 7%, but it's not doing as well as those other ones. Anyways, don't want to bore you with that, but I just wanted to show you how you can figure out how many subscribers came from each of your videos. Okay, so hopefully that helped. Let's see now. Let's go back to the question. Peter drinking the exact same drink at the moment. I'm going to take a drink right now. It is sugar-free, ultra peachy keen. So it tastes like peach. And I think it's about 2 coffees worth of caffeine. That's the real reason I have that. Monique, hello Monique. I drink Amp, not a coffee fan. I'm the same as you, not a coffee. I've never had Amp. I've heard of it. I've just not. Rockstar and Monster are the two that I like. Chad, a little late to the party. First time I've caught your live streams, brother. I took a week off and the algorithm didn't seem to like it. Very good. Yeah, well, I guess don't take a week off. If at all possible. You're learning what the algorithm likes. Hello, Jeremy. How you doing? Is it scary to do a live stream? Not anymore, but it was. When I first started, I was petrified. I couldn't even press go. I was all ready to go, and I was scared. In my mind, there was like 1 billion people out there with eyes glued to their computer waiting for me to go live and waiting to see me. Not the case at all, but that's in my mind. That's what I was staring at, and it was hard. But not now. Now I'm pretty comfortable with this. I know kind of what to expect. Well, I get and I come prepared with some things to talk about, and especially when you're starting out live, when maybe nobody shows up to your first one. Just be prepared with something to talk about or something to show online and talk about, and yeah, maybe just go live for 15 minutes even, or 5 minutes if you want. That's the thing. If you can go live for 5 minutes, if nobody shows up and you feel like it's kind of failing and you don't like the way it's going, stop it, and you can even delete it and then start again, try it again another time. It's a fantastic way to grow your watch hours if that's something you need or want to do. It took me, I forget what it was. It took me a year or so to get to 1,000 subscribers. What did it take me? No, a year and a half. It took me a year and a half, so 18 months to get over 1,000 subscribers, but then it took a further 2 years, so 3.5 years total to get the watch hours. But what really drove me over the top was doing live streams. So that really helped. But good luck with it if you do it, and have fun with it, because it can be a lot of fun. Give up the energy drink. You'll have more energy without them. You sure? I don't know. I don't know. It's scary. The problem is, and I know it's because it's probably not good for me, but when I don't have one in a day, I'll get headaches, right? And I know that's caffeine withdrawal. So I'm obviously physiologically addicted to them, right? And I know that's not good. That's probably not good. But what I keep telling people is there are worse things to be addicted to than a sugar-free energy drink, I think. But I guess it depends who you ask. uh, okay. Jason says, I don't like resolution. I like SMART goals. I don't know what that stands for, but it sounds smart. Sounds like something smart. I don't like or need coffee. Oh, I don't believe. Oh, that's when I was mentioning New Year's resolutions. I don't believe in New Year's solutions, but I do believe in coffee. It's a lot cheaper and in some sense even healthier. Yeah. Okay. A large magnet attached to a cord to fish for iron. Got a bike out of the water the other day. Wow. Okay. That would have to be a large magnet. Okay, I'm going to try to go, I'm going to start going through these a little bit quicker now, maybe not reading everyone, but looking for questions. Excuse me, because I'm starting to run a little long on time. So I'll be here for another half hour, okay? So, and there was a couple of things I wanted to mention. I want to talk about there was, two things I wanted to talk about for sure. So let me, just looking for other questions here. Forget the over 40s, Patrick. Hello, Patrick. What about us over 70 old geezers? There are many of us in here as well. Yes, I know there are, and that's awesome. I love that. I love that. Even over 80, over 90. Just hit 401 subs. Awesome. Congrats. Oh, here's a question. Do you do full Bjornar? I hope I said that right. Do you do YouTube full time, or how much time in the day do you spend on YouTube? Great channel, by the way. Thank you. Yes, I do it full time now. Well, I mean, I do freelancing a little bit as well. That's what I had been doing for full time for the last 5 years or so. But I've slowly switched over to YouTube. I wouldn't say it brings in a full time income just yet, but I'm getting close to that. And that is certainly the goal, and I'll probably get there this year, within the year 2025. Yep, I do it full time now. And how much time do I spend on it? Well, it's hard to say. Like, I don't even like to say, because then people will kind of equate it to work. I don't even consider it work, because I'm having a great time with this. So because of that, I live and breathe it a lot. Like, if I go out on walks, I'm thinking about it, what my next video will be, how to answer certain questions, who to contact for the next, interview, things like that. I'm always thinking about it, because it's like a challenge for me. It's growing this channel. It's like Raina said yesterday, it's a challenge. Growing a channel, turning it into a business, helping other people. I mean, that's kind of the crux of this whole thing. I want to help other people achieve their goals, and by doing so, I will achieve my own. It puts a smile on my face when I get comments from people saying that I helped them in some way. So that's awesome. When Raina said that she got into this partially due to watching one of my videos, I mean, to me, that's gold. I mean, that's awesome. I love hearing that. And she's surpassed me in subscriber count, and she's, doing awesome. I love to hear stories like that. So I don't like to think of it as a full-time job, because it's not. But if I were to count up the hours that I put in it, it's most every day. Even on the weekends, I'll be thinking about it, I try not to have it interfere with my family life and stuff, and still spend time with my wife and kids and stuff like that. But that's me. It's what I do full time. Absolutely. Okay, what are we Renegades just went past 18,800 today. If I could only get my views up. So 18,800 subscribers, but not enough views is, I believe, what you're saying. Um, yeah, I'd have to look at your channel actually to be able to help any more than I've already said. But good luck with it. Um, okay, where are we? Looking for more questions. Jason says, I film with a Nikon Z6 III, full frame mirrorless with a 24 to 120 on it, shoulders of steel. Sounds heavy. I'm not familiar with the camera. Well, 24 to 120 sounds like a big lens, so yeah, it's probably heavy. Yeah, I don't. And then probably not a vlogging style camera. Can you hold it out like this for any length of time and go for a walk? Maybe not. But not everybody, maybe you don't want to make. I believe you're a photographer, if I remember correctly. So that sounds like it's probably a good camera for that. Okay, any other questions here? Oh, Eric wants me to make a cooking video. What a great idea before Christmas. Live Christmas cookies. I love eating cookies, but I've not really made them. So actually, I'll take that as so use that as a segue for talk about videos. So videos that are coming. My plan for the next few weeks, I'm going to make a video. I want to make a video. I'm kind of researching this one right now because I don't want to really miss anything. But the next video I'm going to put out probably Wednesday morning. That's tomorrow. Wow. Okay. Got some work to do. Is on ChatGPT and how I use it to help me. Now, I know it can be used for more than the way I'm using it, so that's why I want to do a little bit of research, probably with the help of ChatGPT, on what else it could be used for in terms of helping content creators. So that's a video that I'm making, and it's gonna be sharing my screen, and I'm gonna type in some prompts that I think could help you guys. You guys could use the same prompts that I do. I'll probably put them in a copyable format in the description. Yeah, so that I think will help. Short answer, or like, please still watch the video, but the number one thing I use ChatGPT for is my titles and text on the thumbnails. And I'll walk you through exactly what I do and the prompts that I give it to come up with my titles and thumbnail text. Okay, so that's number one thing I use it for. So that's a video coming on Friday. On Wednesday, sorry, if I can get it done on time. And then my plan is Friday to make a video, kind of an extension to that Wednesday one, but it's basically how to run a YouTube channel and make your videos and upload them and all of that, everything you need to do 100% for free without spending any money on anything. I'm going to have to make a couple of assumptions, like that you already have a phone that has a video camera in it, otherwise you need a camera, and that you already have a computer. But even that's not necessary. You can edit and upload videos from your phone if you want. I haven't personally done that. But if you have a phone and a computer, you don't need anything else. You don't need anything else. And I've now seen two really good examples of people that do it that way. One is Raina, who I talked to yesterday. She does have a ZV-1 camera, but she could totally be using her phone. And she uses CapCut, right? She uses the paid version, but you really don't have to. And then there's Alexa Saranoia, who I talked with a few weeks ago. For her camera, she uses the camera in the top of her laptop, the little tiny, well, I'm not pointing. So it's, the camera built into her laptop. That's the camera she uses. Now, I think she has spent some money on a mic since, but that's how she started. And so again, two channels that are north of 20,000 subscribers and making full-time incomes for them. So that's going to be Friday's video. Then Monday, Brian G. Johnson will be my guest. I look forward to that. That's going to be fun. A couple of videos that I've got in the plan to do before the end of the year, so very soon. One is, I want to do one on like planning for 2025. Like how I plan out my year, and maybe setting goals for myself but I'm going to do it with the slant of helping you set your own goals, right? I'll share with you what mine are, but you can use that to set your own. And some things to, what are some reasonable goals that I think you can make. I'm also going to be redoing my office, my studio here. So this look here, what was that? It was a big bang. Peanuts in here. This look is going to be different because I'm going to be doing a lot of things in here. I'm going to keep that set up where I do those videos, but I think I'm going to try to make a video that kind of walks you through the changes that I made and setting up my office anew. And hopefully things are going to be cleaner looking, a lot less wires hanging around, and so there's that. But also, I want to make a video, like a question video, and I saw this, I forget where I saw this, but basically I want to have, and I may try to look for like a Santa hat for this. My plan is to put this out before Christmas, but it's going to be me in that chair, probably with Peanut, and I'm going to have a bowl full of questions. So maybe there's a Christmas wrap on it or something, and I'm just going to pluck out questions from you guys and read them out and answer them, not live, but I'm going to record myself answering them live, if that makes sense. So I will be able to edit it out a little bit, but the idea is I'm going to pick questions at random. I may have 20 questions in the bowl, but I'll only pick 10 and answer those. So it'll be a Q&A style. So I haven't done a video like that before, so it's me trying something new. I do live Q&As here, but that's going to be more, I'm going to answer questions and make a video about it. And we'll just see how that works, see if you guys like that. So that said, I'm going to have to figure out what questions to put in there. So I'm going to go through my comments, and if you guys have any other questions you'd like, maybe I should make a community post and say that I'm making a video like that, and here's your chance to ask a question that I may or may not be able to, get to in that video. What do you think of that idea? Is that a good idea? So we could almost start anew, and maybe I'll pick out some good questions that I've seen also in my videos and add them to the bowl as well. And maybe that's an ongoing thing. Maybe if that ends up being a popular video, maybe I do that every month or so. That can become like a monthly video. We'll see. This is all about trying new things to see if I could be doing things a better way or a different way that resonates with you guys. Okay, and then is there anything else? So ChatGPT video, free tools video, 2025 planning video, a question bowl video. I've also got written down iPhone selfie versus rear camera video to show you what the difference is, because I keep saying I use the rear facing camera because I say it's better, but I've never really made a video showing how the selfie camera looks. So maybe if I did a short little video that kind of shows the difference, that might be helpful. How to make a spreadsheet. So on that topic, and I was going to mention this earlier on, and I probably should have when there were closer to 70 people in here. We're down to 41. So those of you who are still here, if you don't know, I created a spreadsheet that I made available for free in my last video, the video I posted, I think it was Friday. And it's the spreadsheet that I use to track my channel's progress. All right. If you want that spreadsheet, then I actually have a link in the description below this video now, and it'll be in the description below all of my future videos, where you can click to download it. I've called it the YouTube Stats Tracker, I believe. Let me just pull this up and I can show you. What am I doing here? And I'm going to show you how to use it. Okay, so here we go. Here's the channel. So it's probably, so at the bottom of, let's stop this. In the comments, or sorry, in the description, okay, if you go down here, okay, there's a download the free guide here. Incidentally, if anybody is interested in booking a one-on-one coaching or strategy session with me, you can do that here as well. Click this Calendly link and you can pick a time. You can download my free guide, Over 40 YouTube Success Guide here. It's this one here, download my free stats tracker. Okay, so if you click on that, it'll take you to a landing page. You enter your information in. You can download either the Excel spreadsheet, or you can click a link to open it up in your Google Sheets if you'd prefer that, and then save it as your own. But now so what it is it's this one here, this spreadsheet. Now, this is filled up with my own data, okay? But it allows you to track by month. If you enter in how many videos you posted, how many live streams, how many podcasts, you can delete that column if you don't do podcasts. You can add a shorts column if you want to. At one point I was tracking shorts. I've since deleted that. I don't, that's just not part of my strategy right now. And then enter your views. This is a calculated column. Why don't I open up the right one here? Give me a second here. If I type in this and that, 1 second here, bear with me. I'll show you exactly what you'd be getting. This one here, I think is what it is. Yes. Okay, so let's bring this down here. So what I did, so this is it, YouTube Stats Tracker. There's 2 columns. There's the main column, but I included instructions here, so just to kind of walk you through what to do. Okay, you can read those if you want. I'm not going to go through those now. But I basically deleted all my own stuff, except for a few things here. So this is a calculated column, and I protected it so that if you do try to change something, a message will pop up said, hey, you may not want to change this. So don't change anything in the gray columns because they're calculated. So as soon as if you enter something in here, let's say you get 1,000 views in the second month, there, automatically that gets calculated. So here's your running total of your views. These are the watch time hours that you would enter for each month. This is a running total of the same. And then once you get up to 12 months, okay, this column starts taking effect. This is the total watch hours of only the last 12 months. So this is the addition of, it's the addition of all of these, the previous 10. This one would be the addition of all of these, the previous 10, not that one. Okay, so this is how you can track how close you're getting to your 4,000 watch hours that you need in your last 12 months. And it's a rolling time period, right? So there's that, and you can track your subscribers here. Same way, this works the same way as the views. So you enter the values in here for each month, and this is a calculated total. Enter the dates, like change these to what you want them to be. So I started in January 2021, actually, but I renumbered these to be current for now. If I were you, if you started your channel 6 months ago, say, I would go back 6 months. So let's say that's July, and I would type in July 2024 here, and then August 2024, and so on, and go back through your YouTube analytics, change your date. So if you go back, so let's go back to analytics here. I'll close this out. So on your analytics, if I wanted to go back to last June, say, so only the last 3 months are easily clickable here, but click on custom, and then this date here. So let's go 6, because that's June, and that already popped up. So let's go June 1st, and now this date, let's go June 30th. So and then go apply. So that's June 1st to June 30th, 2024. Now you can see, okay, for that, I had this many views, that much watch. And if you want to see the details, just click see more here. So again, it says June 1st to 30th. Okay. There's your total views for that month. So June 1st to 30th, 21,146. If we come back here and go down here, June, 21,175. Okay, so something changed, not exact, but I haven't gone back and audited this to make sure it's right. So sometimes numbers do change after a while. um, where was I? Where was I? I lost my. Oh, I was in here. Yeah, so you can get your number of views here, your total watch hours for that month, subscribers for that month, okay? And then you would just type those in here, here, and here, okay? And then you can also track, or what I do is I track the best performing video of that month. So again, if I were to go back here, if you're following, congratulations, that's great. I'm not making it easy on you, but for June 1st to 30th, 2024, this was my best performing video. Okay, 1,473 views. So again, if I come back here, oh, that doesn't actually, oh, that's the wrong year. June, there it is here, 14, oh, that again, that number's not exactly right. Anyway, so it looks like I might have to go back and update some of my numbers. But yeah, you can track your best performing view of the month, views, watch time, and how many subs you got from it. And also, if you're doing live streams, you can track those as well. Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, that is the YouTube Stats Tracker that you can download for free. I may enhance that over time. If there's anything else you'd like to see me add to that, let me know. But you can download that for free and use it, and I hope it helps. Is there anything else I wanted to say before, because where are we? We're almost at 4 o'clock. Spreadsheet. I think that's it. Let me just quickly check the live chat again to see if I missed any other questions. Oh, here we go. Up North Knowledge has a question. Do you do channel reviews? That would make a good live for you, going over 10 or so channels. Great point. And that is something I talked about last week as something I probably should start doing, something I certainly could start doing. My hesitation with that would be, again, I could give you my opinion. As long as I say it's my opinion. I could be wrong, could be right, who knows. But I feel like that would be beneficial if I gave my opinion on a channel, what they could be doing to make it better. Or if it's a channel that's growing rapidly, I could give an opinion on why I think it's growing rapidly. Absolutely. That's something on my to-do list, something to incorporate into my channel in the future. And I think for sure that's going to be something that I add to what I do in 2025. I got a lot going on right now, but so I don't know exactly how to slot that in. Maybe the interview style live streams that I do, maybe I end up doing those one every 2 weeks after a certain period of time, but then on the odd week I'll do a channel review one, maybe. So we'll see. But yeah, good idea. Any other questions? How's everybody doing? What do you think of the length? Actually, one last question before I let you guys go. For those of you who are still here, what do you think of the length of these live streams? When I do the interview style live streams, they're 1 hour. Typically, these ones, I think they've averaged around 2 hours. Last week, it was an hour and a half. This one, we're coming up on 2 hours now. I have done them as long as 4 hours, but what do you guys think it should be? I'd be interested in your feedback in that. Lately, I've been doing 2 hours. In my mind, I'm thinking maybe that's a bit too long, but especially if I'm going to be adding more things. Yeah, so let me know what you think about that. Anaholic says, how are views counted? Is somebody watching a video of 1 hour for only 10 seconds counted as a view? How can you be paid with CPM? Somebody watching an hour should count for more money. Okay, good question. I don't know exactly how long you need to be watching a video before it counts as a view. There probably is a minimum amount of time, I would think. So I'm not sure. Good question. As far as somebody watching an hour should count for more money, absolutely. And the way they are would be with mid-roll ads. If somebody's watching a video for an hour, if there are mid-roll ads, then you're going to make a percentage of those mid-roll ads. So there's that. Also, the longer somebody watches a video for, that helps your retention numbers. YouTube wants people to watch your videos for as long as possible. So the longer people watch your videos for, YouTube's going to promote your video more. So in an indirect way, if people watch your video for longer, therefore your video gets put out to more people that could potentially watch your video for longer, that in an indirect way is going to make you more money, because more people you're going to get more views if people watch your video for longer. Does that make sense? It's kind of an indirect way. But the mid-roll ad thing is another way that you would make more money off of somebody who's watching for longer. So I hope that helps explain that. Solo second half, how you doing? Thanks for doing these. So much awesome information just starting out, and there is so much to think about and learn. You have a relaxing voice. Thanks. Thank you, and good luck with the learning. It's as long as you keep it fun, you'll stick with it. Juicy Killa Monster. Hi Rob, your channel is great. Sending support from Juicy Killa Monster in the United Kingdom. Love your content. Cool name. Thank you. Welcome. Energy drinks contain artificial sweeteners which are better left out of your diet anyways. I agree 100%. Chips are better left out of my diet too, but I don't leave them out of my diet. I do enjoy them, yeah. Yeah, no, my eating and drinking habits aren't 100% as good as they could be, which is probably why I try to get out and walk and run more often than the average person. Okay. Kim's Healing Journey. Hi, Rob. It's been a while. Hello, Kim. Good to see you again. Hope that all is well. Question for you. I made a quick how-to video, only a little over a minute. Is that okay to post or too short? Thank you. No, you could absolutely post that as long as you're getting across the information you needed to get across. Again, if you stretch that out to 2 minutes, if there's a minute of fluff in there that doesn't add any extra value, then there was no point in stretching it out to 2 minutes. So if a minute is all you needed to get the point across, then that's great. There's a channel that I used to watch a lot of called, I think it was called Adobe in a Minute or something like that. So it was how to do quick little things in editing in a minute, in like 60 seconds. And I love that because a lot of when I'm trying to learn how to use an editing program, and I think this was Premiere Pro at the time, you know, I just wanted to know how to do something that I knew was easy. I just didn't know where to click to get to the tool. And so if I can find a video that can show me that in 60 seconds or less, I'm all for that. So therefore, a video like that could absolutely grow. Absolutely. You can't have a mid-roll ad in that, but that's fine. If you get, you know, 500,000 views, even if people are only watching on average 40 seconds, you know, that there's an ad in front of all those views, so you can earn money on all those. Absolutely. Where am I? I think I just got, You're Driven Sasan. Hello, Rob. Do you play any instruments? I play guitar, and my channel, Sasan Guitar, just hit 200 subs. Yay. Congrats. Way to go. No, I don't play. I mean, I used to play a little bit of piano, like way back. I might know one or two songs. Like, anyway, no. I love listening to music, but I don't play. But yeah, that's great. Actually, if you do, there's a channel that I came across, not because I was wanting to learn how to play guitar, but somebody who has a YouTube channel, and what they do is they teach how to play the guitar. And they've created a course on how to play a guitar, and I think they bring in like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in course sales. Small courses on how to, you know what I mean? So that's an example of a skill. If you have a skill like that and you can teach other, if you're good at teaching other people how to do that, there's a potentially lucrative business there somewhere. You just have to kind of figure out exactly how to do that. But yeah, but 200 subs is awesome. Community post is a great idea. Okay, what was I? That was for the questions. Yes, the question bowl. Okay, 90 minutes is perfect for me. Yep, so I went a little long today, just over 120 minutes today. Within an hour to an hour and a half, Maribel says, that's what I'll aim for. Let's make the live streams 24 hours. No, I'm not going to do that. Would say 2 to 4 hours. But yeah, that's even, well, this one's 2 to 4 hours. We're just over 2 hours now. 2 hours max is good. 1.5 to 2 hours would be nice. Length is good. Would watch more. Hi Rob, late again, but I love the 1.5 to 2 hour live stream format. I even thought yesterday's podcast was too short. Yeah. Whenever I have a guest on, I don't like to tell them, yeah, it could be longer than an hour. I think an hour is a good number. And also that will keep things flowing too. These 2 hour ones, I tend to be a little bit all over the place sometimes in some of my answers, but, and I can see that. I can see the number of people kind of dropping off. Incidentally, if you guys are interested, I can show you this. If you're interested in how a live stream looks to me, there you go. So this is, I've got the audio off on that. This is my YouTube studio. So I have this usually on this monitor up top, and I can see. So right now there are 34 people in here watching. I can see that it got up to as high as 66 people. It looks like that's where we peaked. At around the hour mark. Whoops, didn't mean to click that. And I see the live chats coming in here. So so 34 concurrent viewers. There have been 411 different people, 411 views. Doesn't necessarily mean unique views. And each person has averaged watching for just over 14 minutes. So these are the kinds of stats that you get when you're doing a live stream. And again, I just usually leave that up on. So yeah, so before I put that away, we are currently at 32 and slowly dropping, but that's okay. It's all the diehards that are here now watching, right? It's all good. So there you go. Let's see what else we got here. Ban the people dropping off. Well, I don't see who's dropping off, so I would never do that anyways. I think that's it. No other questions? I think we're good. We want more. We want more. There you go. Well, I'm not going anywhere. So, I'm going to go somewhere now. I'm going to stop this live stream today. But this was fun. Thanks, guys, for stopping in. So, again, another video, hopefully tomorrow, if I can get that done tonight, and tomorrow morning. And then another one Friday, that's the plan. And then Monday, don't forget, Brian G. Johnson will be on live. So that's fantastic. This is a guy who's been at YouTube. I think he's over 40. I think he's over 50. But he's got over 165,000 subscribers to his channel. So he comes with a wealth of knowledge on how to grow a channel. And I will leave a link to his channel below here in this. And I'll set up the live stream for that one earlier. So if you want to go check out his channel, if you don't know who he is ahead of time, you can. And then get your questions ready for him, and you can ask them. I'll put a community post again announcing that, and that's where you can drop your questions in to ask Brian next week. That'll be a fun one, and then I'll be back again on Tuesday for this regular live stream. So with that said, I think I'll sign off. Hope everybody has a great week. Look for my video tomorrow morning. And take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you next time. All right, guys. Cheers. I never know where the end button is.